Imagine a world where the fate of humanity is in the hands of machines, where algorithms make decisions that determine the course of our lives.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
This may sound like a scene from a science fiction movie, but with the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, it will soon become a reality. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has become omnipresent in our daily lives. From the phones in our pockets to the cars we drive, AI is everywhere. But with its increasing power and influence, there are growing concerns about its potential to lead to dictatorship and a one-world government.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere.
In this documentary, we will explore how AI could be used to control and manipulate information and the dangers it could pose to democracies.
Follow me.
The risks of job automation and loss of employment opportunities. According to Goldman Sachs, the growth of AI will follow a similar path to past computer and tech products, and AI has the potential to reshape the world. Investments in global AI projects have increased significantly, and if AI continues to grow at this rate, it could add 1% to the US GDP by 2030. Various sectors, including office administrative support, legal, architecture and engineering, business and financial operations, management, sales, healthcare, and art and design, will be impacted by automation. However, automation technology has been the primary driver of income inequality in the United States over the past 40 years, with 50% to 70% of changes in U.S. wages since 1980 attributed to wage declines among blue-collar workers replaced or degraded by automation. The rise of AI, robotics, and new sophisticated technologies has also caused a vast chasm in wealth and income inequality. Many changes in the U.S. wage structure were caused by companies automating tasks that used to be done by people, including numerically controlled machinery, industrial robots, and specialized software. Now you may be wondering how job losses or massive disruption could lead to reinforcing dictatorship. The loss of jobs and increased automation can lead to precarity and social inequalities in several ways. First, automation replaces human workers with machines, leading to job losses and unemployment, particularly in low-skilled jobs. This can result in economic insecurity, poverty, and social exclusion for those who lose their jobs. Second, automation can also lead to a concentration of wealth and power in the hands of those who own and control the machines, exacerbating existing social inequalities. And last but not least, the rise of automation and a shrinking job market can lead to a proliferation of precarious work, such as gig work or short-term contracts, which can further erode job security and lead to greater social inequalities. The whole process will end up creating a fertile ground for the emergence of more authoritarian and dictatorial societies. But how? When people feel economically insecure, they may be more willing to support authoritarian leaders who promise to restore order and stability, even at the expense of democratic values and civil liberties. Besides, the concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few can lead to the co-optation of democratic institutions and the erosion of checks and balances, further undermining democratic norms and principles. The dangers of mass surveillance and privacy infringement. While addressing the social and economic impacts of automation and job loss is crucial, it is also important to recognize the dangers of mass surveillance and privacy infringement. Artificial intelligence has emerged as a powerful tool that can be harnessed for various purposes, including creating authoritarian cults and enslaving people. Oppressive regimes can use AI to monitor, manipulate, and control people, leading to their eventual subjugation. By gathering data on individuals' online activities, including their search history, social media posts, and browsing patterns, AI algorithms can create a profile of a person's preferences and interests. Autocratic leaders can use the information to create individually tailored content that reinforces their ideology and manipulates people into following their beliefs. Dr. Rand Waltzman, the Deputy Chief Technology Officer and Senior Information Scientist at the RAND Corporation, has expressed concerns about the power of AI to deceive, manipulate, and indoctrinate people. He has highlighted the potential for immersive digital environments, such as the metaverse, to exponentially amplify the ability to exert undue influence on humanity. AI can also be used to create virtual assistants that simulate human interaction. Such assistants that can mimic a human's tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language, creating the illusion of a personal relationship. Cult leaders and dictators can use them to create a sense of intimacy with their followers, leading to an emotional attachment to them and willingness to comply with their demands. Deepfake videos and images created using AI are highly realistic simulations of people saying or doing things that they never actually did.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things.
Oppressive regimes can use deepfakes to create false narratives that manipulate public opinion and make it seem like people support their ideology and actions. AI algorithms that control access to information can be designed to limit the content people can access online. Autocratic leaders can use this technology to ensure that their followers receive only information that reinforces their beliefs, creating an echo chamber where people are unable to access differing viewpoints and likely to believe in conspiracy theories. Predictive models developed using AI can anticipate people's behavior. Tyrannical rulers can use these models to manipulate people into doing what they want, providing incentives or punishments based on predicted behavior. AI surveillance systems can monitor people's behavior in real time by analyzing video feeds and data from sensors. And this technology could be used to detect and flag behavior that goes against their ideology or that is seen as dissenting, creating a culture of fear and suspicion in which people are afraid to speak out or behave in ways that may be seen as subversive. Mass surveillance has become an increasingly prevalent issue in modern society. With the advancement of technology, governments and corporations have been given unprecedented access to our personal data. This data can range from innocuous details such as our shopping habits to more sensitive information such as our political beliefs and social connections. When governments and corporations have access to our personal data, they can use it against us. This could lead to the persecution of individuals based on their beliefs or actions, which could result in the erosion of democratic values and civil liberties. A potential future society in which citizens are rated by the government on their trustworthiness, known as a citizen score, may seem like a dystopian idea, but it could be a reality in China in the coming years. The Chinese government is working on implementing an extensive algorithmic surveillance system using advances in artificial intelligence and data mining to construct detailed profiles on all citizens. This system is designed to incentivize good behavior and punish those who do not conform to the government's standards. The data gathered will come from a range of sources, including social media, online shopping, and surveillance cameras placed on the streets and in public places. While the Chinese government has long monitored individual citizens for evidence of disloyalty to the regime, the new social credit system under development will consolidate reams of records from private companies and government bureaucracies into a single citizen score for each Chinese citizen. The score will be used to determine access to certain privileges such as fast-tracked visas to Europe or faster internet service. However, if a citizen makes political posts online without a permit, or questions or contradicts the government's official narrative on current events, their score may decrease. The Chinese government will be technically capable of considering the behavior of a Chinese citizen's friends and family in determining their score. This means that the scoring system could isolate dissidents from their friends and the rest of society, rendering them complete outcasts. China's evolving algorithmic surveillance system poses profound questions for the role of private companies in government surveillance. Alibaba and Tencent, two private companies in China, possess sweeping data on each Chinese citizen that the government would have to mine to calculate scores. Although Chinese companies are required to assist in government spying, while U.S. companies are not, the ethical implications of private companies assisting in massive surveillance and turning over their data to the government are concerning. The Chinese government is also implementing a sprawling network of technologies, especially surveillance cameras, to monitor people's physical movements. While the stated goal of this system is to capture and deter criminals, it also poses massive risks to privacy and the modicum of freedom Chinese citizens have managed to gain since the Maoist era. The penalties for small crimes seem unreasonable, and the installation of an all-seeing eye for the government alarms civil liberties and privacy advocates worldwide. China's experiments with digital surveillance pose a grave new threat to freedom of expression on the internet and other human rights in China. The potential for citizens to refrain from any kind of independent or critical expression for fear that their data will be read or their movements recorded and penalized by the government is a real concern. Additionally, China's repressive technologies have a pattern of diffusing to other authoritarian regimes around the world. Democracies around the world must, therefore, monitor and denounce this sinister creep toward an Orwellian world, not just for the sake of the people in China, but for the sake of humans everywhere. The risks of the manipulation of public opinion and disinformation. The arrival of social media and the emergence of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence have brought about many positive changes. However, they have also led to new risks in the manipulation of public opinion and disinformation. The weaponization of social media has become more sophisticated with the integration of AI. Social media platforms are increasingly using AI algorithms to personalize content and target users with specific ads and information. The rise of deepfakes, AI-generated images and videos, has created a growing concern about the potential for disinformation and propaganda. Social media has been awash with fake images of a stylish Pope Francis and Donald Trump resisting arrest. These fabricated images and videos are becoming increasingly accessible due to advances in artificial intelligence. As more sophisticated deepfakes spread, it will become more difficult for users to distinguish the real from the fake. Deepfakes get their name from the technology used to create them, deep learning neural networks. These algorithms learn patterns and can replicate them in novel and convincing ways. While this technology can be used for entertainment, it also has the potential for misuse, raising social and ethical concerns. Deepfakes can be used as unchecked mouthpieces for organizations and states, eroding our sense of reality. Unlike simple stories or memes, they have a high degree of realism, making them similar to propaganda techniques used by Nazi Germany and photo editing by Communist Russia. Their accessibility to the public and states could erode our sense of reality. One of the most concerning uses for deepfakes is as fabricated news. For example, China's state media has experimented with AI news anchors, which illustrate both the commitment to the technology and the incremental increases in realism. Other countries such as Kuwait and Russia have also launched AI-generated anchors. When looking at these anchors, we might object that only the naivest viewer would mistake them for real humans, such as Russia's first robotic news anchor. Yet these technologies are still in their infancy. We cannot dismiss them. As they become increasingly accessible to everyone, the boundaries between the real and imagined become progressively indistinguishable. The proliferation of deepfakes foreshadows a post-truth world, characterized by a fractured geopolitical landscape and mutual distrust that can be exploited by governmental and non-governmental organizations. Disinformation spreads for a variety of reasons. It must appear close enough to the truth that it is believable. Deepfakes move us beyond text-based persuasion because images make a message far more memorable and persuasive than abstract concepts alone. The introduction of AI will only accelerate this process by permitting tighter control of the information environment through dark patterns of design. Producing, managing, and disseminating information grants people authority and power. When information ecosystems become flooded with disinformation, truth is debased. The accusation of fake news has become a tactic used to discredit any argument. Deepfakes are variations on this theme. Social media users have already falsely claimed that real videos of U.S. President Joe Biden and former U.S. President Donald Trump are fake. Social movements such as Black Lives Matter or claims about the treatment of the Uyghurs in China rely on the compelling qualities of videos. The use of deepfakes in these contexts could have serious consequences. Private and public fact-checking websites can help, but they need legitimacy to foster trust. There is no simple solution to unmasking deepfakes. Rather than passive consumers of media, we must actively challenge our own beliefs. Not only this, AI-powered bots can be programmed to mimic human behavior and interact with other users on social media platforms, spreading false information on a massive scale. And guess what? This will come of a great help to any given party who has the will and ability to create what we call echo chambers. Means AI algorithms can personalize content to target users with specific information that confirms their existing beliefs and biases, to further entrench divisions in society and undermine the democratic process by narrowing the range of opinions that are heard. In recent years, political campaigns have increasingly turned to targeted advertising using artificial intelligence to sway voters. This practice has become a major concern as it raises questions about the ethics of using personal data to influence political opinions and decisions. Targeted advertising using AI works by collecting vast amounts of data on individuals, including their internet search history, social media activity, and even their location. This data is then analyzed using AI algorithms to create highly personalized ads that are tailored to the interests and beliefs of individual voters. This can be seen in the Cambridge Analytica scandal, in which personal data from millions of Facebook users was harvested and used to create highly personalized political ads that were designed to influence the outcome of the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Despite these concerns, political campaigns continue to use targeted advertising thanks to AI. Supporters of the practice argue that it is an effective way to engage with voters and mobilize support for a particular candidate or cause. So, we have arrived to the point where generative AI can literally help choose a president. But never miss that AI remain just a bunch of algorithms written and directed by human beings. So basically, the ones who have the most powerful AI tools are the ones who have the power to decide who's going to rule this or that land. Which leads us to the following conclusion. AI is empowering a limited number of people. Whoever controls AI companies is going to control the world. While ethical measures such as transparency, accountability, and fairness are crucial in ensuring that AI systems are designed and used in ways that are consistent with societal values and norms, the question remains, are these measures capable of preventing the rise of an AI dictatorship? One potential issue with these measures is that they rely on the assumption that those responsible for designing and deploying AI systems will act in a responsible and ethical manner. However, there is no guarantee that this will always be the case. As AI systems become more advanced and powerful, the incentives for those in power to abuse these systems may become too great to resist. Even if ethical measures are implemented, there is still the possibility of unintended consequences. For example, an AI system that is designed to be fair and just could still inadvertently perpetuate biases and stereotypes, leading to harm or disadvantage for certain groups of people. Also, AI systems are not static, and they can evolve and adapt over time. This means that the ethical measures that are put in place today may not be sufficient to prevent the rise of an AI dictatorship in the future. As AI systems become more advanced and complex, new ethical challenges may emerge that require new measures and approaches, and so on. Could we then ever be able to catch up with the fast-paced growing AI technologies?